fine.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Blargh Factory. We're on episode 5 now, and we're going to do an author interview. So we've got the co-host, myself, Amy Hopkins. You can find me at thespellscribe.com. And we've got Ronnie, who's the author of Grave Beginnings. He's at rrverdi.com. And we're joined today by Claire Ryan, who is the author of The Meldling. Her website address is rainfall.com, raynfall.com, and her website is gorgeous, so please go check that out. So hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
I might kick off. I want to ask everybody, what have you guys done in the past week, writing-wise, marketing-wise? Ronnie, you can kick it off if you like, because I believe you got an award this week.
Yeah. This week I won Best Book of 2015 by A Drop of Ink Reviews, which is the featured reviewer on best-selling novel Paladin by Sally Slater. So it was really awesome that I actually won an award for them for this novel right here, Grave Beginnings. Other than that, for marketing, I've been sticking to doing what I do, which is my guerrilla style marketing, so giving out swag, things like bookmarks and personalized items. I am a very word-of-mouth based marketer. I don't do like paid promotions and Twitter bombs and ads like that. But that works for me.
So long as it's going forward. And I know that you've had a really good week, even a month. Your sales seem to have picked up a bit since releasing the paperback.
Yep. Sales have gone up a lot. I am measuring per Kindle copy, like exactly sales of paperbacks. So it's consistent both. Money's going up. My reviews have exploded though. Just 2 days ago I got like 5 stars, just boom. Because I guess there were people who were waiting for the paperback, and now that they could get it, they read it with reviews.
That's awesome.
That's excellent. How about you, Claire? What does your week look like?
Okay, so I've had a really busy couple of days. So my big draw, or whatever, for marketing is my mailing list. I'm doing everything possible to just grow my mailing list right now. So obviously I've only got one book out, and the common wisdom is that you don't generally get a significant amount of traction unless you've got like a series going on. So what I'm doing, or my big thing anyway, is I do giveaways on my mailing list, and I think you guys know this already. I make and bind my own books, so I do giveaways of my own book, and it's a physical book that I have made myself from like first printing all the way through to the finished production, finished copy. So I have my usual monthly giveaway. I do a giveaway of 1 copy per month to everybody on my mailing list, and I've also got a Goodreads giveaway that's finishing, and this is insane. The Goodreads giveaway, normally you have to have physical copies of the book, and it has to have like an ASIN number or an ISBN or some kind of record somewhere of a physical book, and that's kind of difficult, obviously, if you make a book yourself and there's no real, it's not production. It's not like a thing that's mass produced. So that was kind of tricky, and I had to set that up with Goodreads. But we got through it, and I got a giveaway sorted out, and that's going to be finishing this week, and that's got 3 copies that I need to do. So that's been my week so far, which has been making books literally. So I do actually have a couple of books here if you would like to see them.
Oh yeah, shoot.
Please.
I have so much stuff for show and tell. You're gonna love this. So here is the first one. This is about the big size book. It is an A5 size book. This one is case bound, and it's got this really nice kind of a textured red cover. Nice inside and everything. And this one's very plain, and paper's there. And there you go, first page. I haven't signed these yet, but this is the most common one that I do. This is case bound, and I learned how to do this, I think, in about, let's say, about a month or two. It took just to get to grips with that. I've also got a tiny book.
Oh, that's like pocket sized.
Oh, that's nice.
This is the half-size version, which is a nice big thick book. It's about 1 inch thick. You see there. And this one is a lovely kind of. I don't do many of these because it is so much more difficult to make these. Like my printer is it's a very large, very tough laser printer, but it's very tricky to make one of these. So that's kind of like, this is a special copy. I don't give these out very often. And then just for fun, I have this one. You might have seen like some of
Wow.
these. This is a long stitch copy, and this is a special copy. I don't think I'm going to give this one away, but it's got the clasp that you undo, and the whole cover is this soft kind of. It's not leather. It's kind of a very thick, kind of a fuzzy vinyl, but it's a lovely feel to it. And then that's like the book
Oh,
itself.
that's
And you wrap,
beautiful. Now, you've
wrap.
got some tutorials up on your website, don't you? Just explaining how you actually bind.
I did do one kind of a like here's how I make a case bound book, and like there's so many different ways of making books. I just like there are so many different ways. The hardest part of it is before you even get to this. The hardest part is just typesetting it, and I'm sure that anybody who has done CreateSpace knows all about how difficult that is. Well, it's exactly like that. Like you typeset for print, and then you have to find out how to print it into signatures, which you then like sew all together and bind and do all this other fun stuff. But
Wow.
that's like my big marketing thing, which is like if you want to have a copy of my book, you can have a real like this is like entirely created by the author, which is very special. There's only a limited number of copies, and I have to make all of them personally. So yeah.
So there's never going to be thousands and thousands, ever, ever.
No,
Even
no,
if you go into
they're
mass
very,
market
very
printing,
great.
they'll never be
You
the
just don't make
same.
copies, and I have most of them. Yeah.
That's incredible. Cool. Well, my week has been spent crying over Claire's website. I had a look as we were emailing back and forth setting up our interview for today, and I looked on her website and I said, oh my God, mine looks like my 5-year-old designed it. So I've uploaded a new WordPress theme, so it looks a bit cleaner and prettier now. And my other,
WordPress themes?
sorry?
Would you like me to talk a little bit about WordPress themes?
We will definitely get onto that because that's something that I know that it took me a long time to sort of figure out. But my other big job this week was beta reading for Ronnie, and I know that sometimes that doesn't sound like it's for me, but I have entirely selfish reasons because honestly, setting up a good author support network is essential for success, I think, and having people that you can swap beta reads with. I've just been told that I need to keep my voice down. So we'll get on to the websites because I know, Claire, your website is just fantastic.
Thank you.
So I want you to talk a little bit about that. Why you think it's really important for an author to have a great website, and any advice that you can give us struggling authors with our ugly plain WordPress theme.
Okay, so I can talk about websites basically all day. So my day job is being a web designer, a web programmer. Like I build this kind of stuff basically all the time, and I've built hundreds and hundreds of WordPress websites. So my current website, although I spent a lot of time in it, is not actually ideal for an author. It just happens to be the website that I prefer. It's very personal to me. It is, now here's the thing, it is not something that I designed myself, it's something that I modified from another theme. And this is something that's really, really common for web designers anyway, and especially if you're dealing with like free WordPress themes directly from WordPress.org. If you know how to do it, you can take a theme that's already been made, and you can just tweak it a little bit so that it suits you personally. And this is something really that's only really web designers can do, but it's something to think about. If you're looking at a website and you think that website's amazing, it's nice, it's great to look at. Chances are someone else made it and then it was just kind of modified to fit this particular circumstance, And that's what my site is. So the ideal author website is really one that just highlights your books, puts them front and center, and then makes sure that nobody is more than say 2 or 3 clicks away from your books at any time. I would say that like having the books kind of the first thing that you see may not be as important like, although, like, the first thing you see when you, like, you can open up my website right now and you'll see the big splash at the top with the cover of my book and everything. And a lot of authors have that. They have, like, their series and everything on top. And that's great. I know that does work. But I personally don't like that. And so I intentionally kind of hamstring myself a little bit by just having my cover up there because I want it to look cool before it looks like my books, if you know what I mean. Because
Hmm.
everybody has like their books up there that look kind of weird, and they're the kind of like the 3D picture of their books or whatever, and here's your series and everything, and everybody has that. And I just decided, okay, I don't want that. I just want it to look cool, and that's the web designer in me, not the author.
I am just going to quickly do a screen share so that everyone can have a little look. So this, is that working? Is my face now covered by a website?
Yeah, you're gonna have to take away the pop up in order to get that seen
No,
properly.
I want to leave the pop-up here. I want to talk about the pop-up
Oh,
really
yes.
quickly because you
So,
said building your mailing list and
yeah.
pop-ups, they work. I know that some people don't like them, but they definitely work. And I love that your pop-up straight away, I'll give you free stuff. You get a short story, you've got the chance to win the hardbound books, you've got links to both of those, and just the way that it's worded, it's not just sign up. Sign up and you'll get regular updates. It's
Yeah,
just a little bit
yeah,
nicer than that and more personal.
yeah. So I used to work in affiliate marketing online, and I built
Mm.
a lot of WordPress sites for that. And the one thing that everybody kind of saw with affiliate marketing is that they have very kind of clear kind of call to actions, and it's very kind of a advertising kind of like, and it's very I think sometimes people are just put off by the whole, oh, just subscribe here, sign up now, call, that kind of like very obvious market, like advertising speak. And so when I was putting in my sign up form, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make it all about free stuff. So that's why
Yeah.
the book, yeah, free stuff. It's like it's kind of just it makes it memorable, and it makes it kind of more fun. And I kind of
Yeah.
like more fun. I think that gets more kind of more of a reaction from people than just going like, oh, subscribe here, because everybody does that.
Mm. I love the way that your website is laid out. I love the art, which is obviously your cover art, but the way that it's done is really, really striking without being in your face. This is a book by the book. Like it doesn't detract the way that some do. It's just gorgeous. I could just sit and surf your website all day. So
I
in
used
your
to I used to be a graphic designer as well, so the artwork is from an amazingly talented artist here in Vancouver called Katriana Anderson. Um, I can't remember the name of her website. I can't remember her website off the top of my head, but she does the most phenomenal character portraits. And I met her at the Vancouver Comic Arts Festival this year, and I saw her stuff and I thought, oh my God, do you do book covers? I need you to do my book cover. And like we got talking over email, and I explained what I wanted, and now she's doing like the cover for the second book in the series that I just finished. And I just like I saw the sketch or whatever of this was just the most amazing thing ever. I loved it so much. I thought, oh, that's exactly what I want. Exactly what I want. It's gonna be awesome. It's great to get excited about that. But she delivered the artwork, and I just did the rest. I put in the title and made it look shiny. That's about the limit of my
beautiful.
design skills at this point, even though I did work as a graphic designer at one stage. So yeah.
So do you think, like a lot of authors, particularly when they're sort of where I'm at, where I haven't released anything, so I haven't made any money from my books, um, do you think authors really need to pay for a really bespoke website, or do you think that you can kind of do it for free until you're sort of building up a bit of an income?
So this is kind of like the $1 million question. It's like, how much money do you want to put into your website when your website is probably your best selling tool and the easiest way for people to find out about you online.
But also
Like,
one of the more expensive things to
yeah, it's,
make
it's
really beautiful.
as much as you want to spend on a website, it's very hard to know what you should be paying for, even though you
Mm.
know having websites. Like, I gotta say, like hands down, having a website is possibly the most important thing you can do as an author. Even like I couldn't get my name as a website because Claire Ryan is super common. So I went with it. So I got Rainfall instead because it's short, it's memorable, and even though it's spelled strangely, it's mostly seen on online as text, so it doesn't matter, you know.
Yep.
So that's okay.
Mm.
But like
And it's
having a nice, short, memorable website is really, really important. And then having just a website with any like with any information at all is really so important. And so as much as you can spend on it, it is more important that you just have one, even if it's a bad one. And it
yeah.
just and it covers the basics. Everything you do above and beyond that is just like more. It's an extra. It's like this is like more coolness on top of that. But you
Yeah.
absolutely have one for anything at all online.
I'm just looking because the theme that I've just installed, so WordPress themes,
Yeah.
I found my most recent one, which I really do think looks a lot better than the last one I used. I Googled WordPress themes for authors and for writers and for fiction authors and a whole bunch of keywords like that. And I sifted through, I sort of wrote down a couple that I liked the look of, and then I tested them out. And this one was just very, very basic and very clean. It didn't seem distracting, and it seemed to be easily customizable. I'm pretty sure the one that I'm using is Pen Scratch. I'm fairly certain that's the one. I've got a bunch of them written down. It's Pen Scratch, and I just went into just through the WordPress interface, and I found that one. And so that's a good free one. And I know that there are paid ones around, but I don't know. I don't think I'd pay for a theme. I think I would pay for someone to just do it once I got to that point.
No, like you can buy very good high quality themes. It's just that like really you're not going to know the source of them that the source is legit unless
Mm.
you are already a web designer and you just know that a particular company is well known
Yep.
for doing good things. Like elegantthemes.com is a great one off the top of my head because they have a set rate that gives you access to all of their themes, and they're known for doing very good high quality themes.
Mm.
Like I've dealt with plenty of websites where like just like a company would have just access to the entire catalog of elegant themes and just uses that when they want to set up their own websites. Then you have Woo themes. They're super super huge. They've been around for ages, and you buy their themes individually, but they're again super high quality, and you know that you're getting like a good quality product for that. Like the unfortunate thing about about WordPress themes is that there are a lot of them out there that are just not worth any kind of money at all, or they will not be worth anything more than, say, a free theme that you get out of the WordPress directory. Like the WordPress directory is amazingly comprehensive, and like for just starting out for the basic stuff, you will definitely get a theme from the directory that will serve your needs. Absolute guarantee there, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, so we might move on to discussing marketing, and I'm just maybe going to let Ronnie take the lead here for a moment because, as you can see, my darling children are awake and present again. So, Ronnie, is there anything that you wanted to chat to Rain to Claire about her marketing strategies?
Honestly, I think she's got it pretty much packed down with your whole idea of giving away free things. I still haven't gotten
Yeah.
a mailing list or pop-up thing set up because I am the worst at making websites out of the three of us. I have no idea what I'm doing. I absolutely hate it. It is like devil magic to me. Um, but that was the idea is what I'm also doing. On my website, I've got one free short story up. I'm digging through some of the ones I have, and I'm going to keep uploading them as full documents there for well, free stuff. And
Yeah.
honestly, out of personal experience, that's the thing I've seen helps most. Website, but for me, it's still I'm doing physical things. I do giveaways with, like I said, bookmarks. I've been mailing them all over the country, and people have been sending me photos of my bookmarks in stores all over America, and then some in the UK, and that's worked really well for me. I just had like 8 copies or something bought yesterday in Norway, so my bookmarks are getting around places and they're helping me.
That's
But
really awesome.
yeah. I don't know. What else did you have in mind aside from giving away the giveaways and the free stuff?
Okay, so paid marketing is something that I'm looking into right now. Um, okay, well, before I get to that, because I've got a background and quite a bit of experience in affiliate marketing, I know how search engine optimization obviously works. Um, a lot of the stuff that I post on my blog, if you ever take a look at it, you'll see that I've got a lot of stuff up there that has nothing at all to do with writing. It's just about like stuff that I'm interested in. So I do some amount of writing on bookbinding itself, just for fun, just to tell people, here, this, look at the stuff that I'm making. And then I'll do like other articles on pop culture, or I'll do it on sword fighting, because I do sword fighting as well. And the idea of that, and I have a Google Analytics obviously plugged into my blog, and I keep track of this. And I'm looking at like what subjects are really popular and what's getting in hits from like Facebook, what's getting in hits from Twitter or from other areas. Like I can definitely see that like some topics always get more traction, and that's really important for search engine optimization. You find that like the weirdest search terms can bring people to your blog. And like I've tried a lot of different ones, and I find that like just a mix of everything kind of just gets a little bit of traffic from everywhere. But if someone does find a particular niche where they find that yes, you're getting a lot of traffic from this one topic and people are really getting there from like just Google searches or something, then they can concentrate on that, and that will get more traction. That gets them more traffic to their website. They can see like the effect of all of this content that they're putting out there. And then hopefully if they've got a pop-up, like, like a mailing list, whatever pop-up that I got, they will start getting the attention and get people interested in their books and get people buying. It's like SEO is not generally a big thing for authors because like SEO depends, like for Google anyway, search engine optimization depends on people looking for a specific thing. And if you're doing the most basic level of SEO, that means that if people are looking for your exact name, they get to your website. Apart from that, it's kind of tricky to know, like, well, where do you go after that? Like, if you search for, like, Claire Ryan online, one of the first hits you should see is my website. And that means, like, for an author, I've basically done my job there. Like, that's about as much as I can expect. If, like, I may get more searches, I may get more, like, traffic from Google if people start searching for, like, other weird stuff. I've gotten some amazing search terms in. Someone, I think, got to my blog by searching for Pride and Prejudice and zombies at one stage, and I've done like one article on Pride and Prejudice. I've definitely done nothing about zombies, and yet somehow there we go. But yeah. So you will get a certain amount of like some of your marketing should definitely be putting content up on your blog and like making your website attractive to Google, because you will get traffic in there, you will get attention, and it is worth it. Like, even if it's a slow build, because you'll get more eyes on that mailing list sign-up form, and more people hopefully signing up to the mailing list and being interested in the books. So that's one
Right.
kind of.
And that's marketing. That's marketing for free too. I mean, it costs us time, but we're writers, so we really should be able to be updating websites and putting fresh content on there. So a little bit of research on SEO certainly isn't going to do anybody any harm. And making sure that we're sort of targeting that, and that sort of answered my question too with a common name, like mine too. Just making sure that you are findable if people Google you by your name looking for your book. So that certainly helps there. Is there anything that you've been really surprised at that you've tried marketing-wise that's taken off or spectacularly failed so far?
To be honest, I always thought that not a lot of people would be really interested in the tech side of it. You guys mentioned at one stage you want to talk about the WordPress plugin that I built for authors, and I never really expected that to kind of take off what it is, and yet it has. I get quite a large amount of traffic to my website just from people who want to find out about this one plugin I made for WordPress that just makes it easier for people to list a lot of books on a blog. I still get I get a lot of emails about it as well. People looking for like, oh, how do you do this with it? Is it going to work for this? For different functions. And I never really thought it would. And yet somehow that in particular, it just kind of for something that I made, I think, in a day or two, it really does amaze me how many people are just very interested in it and want to use it. I kind of made it for my own convenience, and then just thought maybe people would be interested in it, so I put it up on the Writers Cafe on keyboards, and it just kind of just took off from there, I guess. So very very
Wow.
unusual. Yeah, there you go.
Now, my final question for you. I do believe that you are a sword fighter. Which to me is just like the coolest thing in the whole wide world. I want to know
So
if you've written any good sword fighting scenes in your books.
okay, so I started learning sword fighting about a year and a half ago. Um, I started with the intention of learning how to write sword fighting like more convincingly. Um, I'm lucky that in Vancouver there is an incredibly large, very comprehensive martial arts academy in downtown Vancouver called Academy Duello, and they're like the biggest Western martial arts school in the world. They do so many different weapons; it's amazing. I've gotten a taste of basically everything. And just for more just for more show and tell, I brought you guys this.
Ooh, shiny.
This is my longsword.
Wow, that is so cool. Do you fight with it?
Yes, I fight with this.
Oh, no way. I thought you'd be
And,
plastic swords in case you take
how
somebody's
big
head off.
it was actually quite long. I could put it down on the ground here and just yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'm changing my question. Have you beheaded anybody with the sword?
No, it is a real steel sword, and in Academy Duello they train with real steel weapons from the very start. Even if you're a beginner, you're handed a steel sword, and there's no wooden stuff or anything. You learn from the beginning with real weapons. But
That is
yes,
incredible.
exciting. No, I've never hurt anybody, but they were very careful with it. And this one is, even if it's steel, it's still blunt on the side. It's not going to cut anybody. They don't use what like sharpened weapons there, but they are still big iron, but big steel bars. Okay, so I
That's
started sword fighting about a year and a half ago. I did it with the intention of learning how to sword fight properly, and at the time I was writing some scenes with a lot of kind of like action heavy content. A lot of stuff to do with fighting with a particular style, like with two daggers or with blades reversed and a bunch of other kind of stuff, like especially two-handed fighting, because that's the quintessential thing in fantasy, like in fantasy books. It is like the thing with Drist and the two-handed, the two weapons, the weapon in each hand. And what I learned, what I learned in Academy Duello after sword fighting with all these different weapons is that I just couldn't write the way I did done before because all of it was wrong. Like so much stuff to do with sword fighting that you see in movies or you read in books, a lot of it is completely fake. As in, stuff would never work that way in real life. It is
mm.
made up at best. It's movie magic. Like, like I never realized how fast sword fighting is. Like you'd see a movie, you think it's fast. No idea how that's slow in comparison. I've seen like some of the advanced students in Academy Duello fighting, and I'm shocked at how quick they are. Even with giant swords, you get this idea that it might be slow and lumbering, and the thing just kind of moves like that. No, swords were like even the biggest swords. They were light, they were flippy, they were so fast, and they're scary if you're actually in combat. So so I found that all of the stuff that I was writing was now totally irrelevant, and I couldn't keep writing it like that. I ended up having to dump half a book because I realized I couldn't write that anymore. I had to completely discard all of that and find out a new way of writing those scenes and writing that action. And it is great because I really think that like learning sword fighting has made me a better writer because now I do have all of this extra knowledge about how it works. But it does make everything kind of a little bit more difficult. It's like you can't just write it as if it's a Hollywood movie. You can't just write it with all of these tropes that people are familiar with because you know that it just doesn't work that way, you know. And I'm not sure yet whether that's going to make the writing more boring or whether it's going to make it like more interesting. I'm not 100% sure. That particular book, I left it alone for a while, and I published the Melding, and then I'm going to be coming back to it once I finish with this series, I guess. So we will know in the future. I'm not sure yet.
Excellent. So I will just quickly give a rundown on Claire's book. Her book is called The Meldling, and you can, of course, find all of this on her website, which is, again, rainfall.com, RAYNFALL.com. In a world torn apart by a war between two powerful races, a woman without a past wakes up in a dungeon. Susanna is a meldling, a dangerous fusion of human and demon, and her rediscovery of herself may be the key to bringing peace to the demon bar. I'm just going to stop right here, sorry.
Okay. That happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you can
But your book does look like it's doing really well. I mean, you got a really high rating right now, and you did get an Amazon Top 500 Vine reviewer as your top rated review, so that's always great because that's going to attract attention.
Wait, when did that happen?
If you go to your Amazon Kindle page right now, the top review for your book is an Amazon Vine reviewer, which is, you know, one of the higher rated Amazon reviewers that consistently review things such as books or technology, whatever their personal preferences happen to be. And they carry a lot of weight because they're accredited Amazon reviewers. Like, they're contracted with Amazon after a certain point. I believe they give you, yeah. So if they give you 5 stars, they said it's 4.5 stars, but
wow,
they give you 5 stars, so.
That is excellent.
I haven't been looking because I just can't look at this sometimes. I can't look at reviews or I can't look at pages. Like, I don't think it's bad. I don't want to go there.
So one marketing tip that I'll share, which I know really helps, is take that, contact them, see if it's okay to take an excerpt from that and use that up in your description or editorial review. While they're not an editorial thing, they do carry a lot of weight because they are part of Amazon. They're an official reviewer. They have credits. They've been doing this for a long time. Other Amazon readers take those seriously. You don't get to be a Vine reviewer just by leaving crappy reviews everywhere. They're normally really thorough. They give pros and whatever cons if they feel like there are any. They're balanced. It's a really important review for at least Amazon's marketing and their search engine and all that kind of stuff on their site.
Yeah, I'll definitely look at that. That's awesome. That's kind of a nice, nice present.
So, surprise!
Yay! That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to be smiling after the rest of it.
That's great. We're about due to wrap up now, as you can tell by the appearance of the little monster. So I hope everybody has a great Christmas because we're wrapping up now for the year at the Blargh Factory. We'll be keeping the blog updated with anything sort of new and breaking that comes out, but there won't be any more video casts, I don't think, until next year. So as soon as we settle on a date, I'll make sure that that's uploaded. And from us at the Blargh Factory, happy holidays. I hope everybody gets some time off and manages to avoid the shops. And from the family at my house, Merry, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy whatever you celebrate. I'll say see you later.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, you guys. Thanks very much for having me on. It's great. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure to have you.